Yo, what's up, everybody? Hope you guys all had a wonderful day today. What's today, anyways? Today's Thursday. I swear to God, I'm honestly surprised because I thought it was Wednesday. Yesterday, I was so tired that I spoke about this plenty of times. I have insomnia. And I was like, you know what? Just going to go buy an Apple iTunes gift card and restart my subscription to uh, the one where you can watch The Mandalorian. Disney's platform. And I was like, I'll start all the movies in chronological order, or the order that they came out, and well, the ones that I could. And before I know it, I wake up this morning with my earbuds still in my ear, and that never, ever happens to me. I didn't take a single like uh tablet of medicine at all. Usually I have to take, and I'm a big guy, and when I got injured, like I grew a high at the highest, and this is nothing to brag about at all, but there were two medications that I grew extremely tolerant for. One of them was Vicodin, and the other one was Ambien. I still don't know if my ex-wife fed them to me because I do not know how I could have possibly have done what I did. But with Vicodin, all those opioid medications, you start to become tolerant, just like with any medicine. You start to become tolerant, then your body needs more to react the same way it did the first time. And so, um, I never called my doctor, asked them for higher milligrams or for more of them or whatever. But when it was at its worst, and I think I showed you guys pictures, which I'll show again for new listeners. They're pretty. I mean, it's as clear as day how bad my back is. You can see right there where the middle arrow is pointing. That is pointing to a bulging disc just going into my spinal cord and the nerves. Uh, the very one up top is trying to make its way to it, and that was fractured. That was the vertebrae that was fractured. And then the one on the bottom you could see is poking into it too. So I am blessed with three of them, while you see the rest of my vertebrae look completely healthy, surrounded by that nice darkness, which is just a sac that protects it, but not those ones. So I had been taking them, and at one point, I swear to God, and it never got me high, it never got me drowsy, it never got me acting a fool, it never. When I first started taking it, I was apprehensive I wouldn't drive or anything. I would just, stay home and take it. But then I'm like, the pain is gone, but I didn't feel this euphoric feeling that people were saying they were getting. I just felt like, the pain is completely gone. And then when I would take two, like about a year or two later, because I was on it for like 7 years, and I would notice, by like the seventh year, if I take two when it was severely hurting, it wouldn't do anything. There was a time there that I had to take six Vicodin just to feel what two used to do, and wasn't trying to, OD or anything. And I'm sure some of you out there who know about this stuff are like, damn, that's insane. And it really, if you were in my spot or if you were in my shoes, you would not be able to tell that I took six Vicodin whatsoever. I mean, if that were the case, I would have never held down a job at a federal government facility, walking around like a walking zombie, all high or something. No. 12 years after I got out of the music industry, I worked for the VA Medical Center. That's where my back was really killing me, and I'm taking that many Vicodin. A federal government facility is going to recognize that, and there's also cops at the Denver VA Medical Center because they do have a canteen store where I want to let you guys on a little secret. Anybody can shop there, anybody, whether you served or not, and there's no taxes on anything. And they have a catalog book to where you could get tires, you could get freaking, of course, TVs and You know, Xboxes. I don't like Xbox. But PlayStations, you know, video games, movies. I mean, everything you'd want tax free. And I used to think that was so awesome because I bought my very first, well, my second uh, flat screen TV, you know, skinny flat screen TV. And yeah, so it was awesome. But no, if I were acting a fool like at work, I would have been let go out of there faster than God only knows what. But I could not tell I was taking that much. And then with the Ambien story, I mentioned that me and my ex are going to see that movie Maleficent with Angelina Jolie. So we get back, and it was like 11:45 or something like that. I let my dog out to go use the restroom, play with him for a little bit, lie down, and go and take my one Ambien. And it was a Friday, so I got my prescription refilled, and there were 30 of them in there. So I go take one. So now there's 29. Woke up downstairs the next day, and she must have kicked the bed or did something to make either my dog move, because whenever I was sleeping somewhere else in the house, he would right away jump up out of his bed in the bedroom with her and come sleep by me. And he must have moved or something, and I'm waking up and I'm like, and she's standing in the threshold of the doorway, which I could already be like, damn, this fucking day is gonna suck, whatever, which way it turns. And I'm not thinking of anything of it. And she's like, do you know what the fuck you did last night? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, you don't remember me and my mom there, or me and your mom there trying to help your dumbass out, this and that. And I'm like, whoa, slow down on, you know, insulting me. First, I got to even remember what the hell you're talking about. Like, you know, all I did was take an Ambien and go to sleep. She's like, that's not all you effing did. And we had just bought a brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. Beautiful, beautiful car. Brand spanking new. And apparently what had happened was I went to bed and I took 28 additional Ambien. And this was confirmed by my blood test. They didn't have to pump my stomach. They didn't have to, you know, keep me on oxygen or anything. They let me go that same night. What I did was I went out like at 3:30, 4 in the morning, driving around in my car, not knowing what the hell is going on. And thank God it wasn't, you know, on a busy street, because, you know, we lived in the suburbs and there's very few street lamps and it's dark as hell. And I'm so out of it, God only knows what was going on. But I hit like a 1960 junker car with this brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee. And those Cherokees are built to where you hit the crumple zones drop the engine and make the engine slide underneath the car so nothing pushes up against you. And then little by little memories started coming back, and I was like, yes, I do remember airbag going off. I do remember shards of glass hitting me in the face and all that. But I didn't have a single cut. Not one single cut anywhere. And I remember people coming outside and the flashlight on me from the cop probably. And I could hear people like, God, he really must be, you know, fucking drunk. And the cop's like, no, he's not drunk. And so they took me to St. Anthony's Hospitals, which was the closest hospital. And, you know, they run all these tests on me. And then these little things started coming back. They were asking me, who's the president of the United States? And I was like, I don't know why I was stuck on 1985, but I was like, Ronald Reagan. Do you know what year it is? 1985. Do you know where you are? At the police station. And they felt comfortable enough to let me go home. So my mom and my ex helped me home. And I was dead, you know, like dead set on wanting a cigarette so bad that I'm like, wait, I'll go to bed. Let me just get a cigarette. And they coaxed me out of it and laid me down. And of course, my mom wasn't there the next morning. I just had to deal with the devil. So I got up. We went to go get a rental car. I drove immediately to that guy's house because he lived 2 blocks over and down the street. And I apologized to him, almost tearing up. I said, you know, something like this I would have never intended. I said I had a bad reaction off of medication. Then years later, after the divorce and how spiteful and evil she was, it got me thinking, I wonder if she is the one who fed me those pills. I know Ambien has made people do a lot of crazy shit, but not to the point to where they're taking on upwards of more than, you know, what is prescribed. Like even one can, I mean, there's stories like a lady making a Thanksgiving meal without realizing it. Another lady seeing huge charges on her debit card and having a delivery of Amazon Prime, you know, bringing her flat screen TVs and video game systems and this and that, and her having no recollection. And they all said they took one or two, you know, whatever the doctor prescribed them. You know, and mine were only 5 milligrams, so it's not like they were the highest milligrams. And so it's always made me wonder to this day if she fed them to me, given her track record. I don't know. So I thought I'd share that story with you because that was on my list today on Facebook. Like, oh, share these memories. Oh, this is a really wonderful memory. So, yeah, crazy story. You know, be careful who you choose to let in your life. That is for damn certain. So I just wanted to start off with this video. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and like. And usually I make better videos than this. I just wanted to tell this story of relationships and how important it is to find that one person that is going to bring the best of you and not the worst. So, yeah, you guys get back at me. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll be pumping out some jams today. So, until then, we'll see you soon. Peace.